translate between acoustic playing and amplified playing. So let's go ahead and start with the most common hold, and we'll call this the pinch. You can see my right hand is coming up and pinching the right side of the harmonica. What I'm looking for there is that the thumb is going to cover the 8, 9, and 10 range of the harmonica. My finger is going to go right behind it. So this side on the right there is open. And it doesn't really matter how much is sticking out the end for the moment. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The left hand is basically going to create a C. So here's that C. Here's the C from the other vantage point. Now what I mean by C, it's these fingers here that we don't want to be pushing out and getting in the way of the right hand. I'm just going to put a little curvature in that right hand, and I'm pushing that thumb out. So pushing that thumb out. Why is the thumb important? When I bring the right hand in, you see the thumb right there? What that's doing is it's blocking leakage on this part of the harmonica. All right, so we've got our hand right here. The back now is closed. You see the palms are together. Again, from the left hand to the right hand. Palms are together. Fingers are closed because you're trying to cup water. And when cupping water, you've got to have those fingers closed. So let's take a look at the front. Again, the right side. Let me rotate around here. You can see a little bit more there. A little bit of the left side. And again, you're being cautious not to cover much of the playing surface of the harmonica, because I want to take a big bite of the harmonica so that I can get good tone. So up on the face of the harmonica. In general, the thumb is going to be on the side of the face as you're playing. Now, on the marine band harmonica that I'm playing, there's leakage out the right-hand side. When we're going for a real strong wah-wah, that can make a difference. Let me grab a Special 20 harmonica. So the Special 20, we look on the side, and there are no side vents. Let's go close up here. There are no side vents on that top cover plate. Let me grab that marine band harmonic again, and you'll see the side vents on the harmonica right there. So the Special 20 is going to have a darker tone quality. Take a listen. Plus, also having a comb made out of plastic, having the cover plate without the side vents is going to make it a darker sound. That same note combination on the marine band harmonica, a lot brighter. It's again allowing sound to escape out the right side. If you want to get a really good cup on the right side, another option is to end cap. Everything is the same on the face of the harmonica except you're bringing your hand over so that your thumb and fingers meet. But you still got to keep the back closed. For those that have smaller hands, that could be a challenge for this cup, but it is a good cup if you really want to smother the sound of the harmonica. For example, you can hear that's a very cupped cup, and I'm really grabbing all of the sound of the harmonica. When I do, you can notice here, I'm also leaning my cheek towards my thumb so that my mouth is covering these holes here, my thumb is covering these holes here, and then my cheek covers these holes. For example, you can see right here that I am using my cheek to block those holes. Why am I doing that? I'm getting ready for a wah-wah. I'm opening the notes. And you can see how important the thumb is here to that sound as well. So it just goes to show that this leakage on the right side of the harmonica is a very important part of getting a real tight cup. So again, why the tight cup? Only when we want to get effects from a dark muted sound to an open and bright sound. So the pinch so far, if you want to make it more muted for the wah-wah, here's the wah-wah in the pinch. Here's the end cap. It's going to be more muted. You can even open with the thumb. And lastly, for some people, this is a cup they like. What they'll do is they'll take the left hand and put the thumb up as well. It's essentially the same hold, but the thumb comes up. And we happily name this 2 thumbs up. So, what's nice about this is we get flesh to flesh on the right side of our face, flesh to flesh on the left side of the face to create a real nice seal around the harmonica onto the face. It's actually the most cupped cup you can get, the most airtight seal is here. And you can test that just by bringing your hands up your face and blowing. I feel leakage right there. So we get that leakage. You can feel a little leakage here. That'll give you a good idea of how to make that airtight. This happens to be pretty good if you have any missing digits or have some students who have had strokes. So the left hand is not as mobile for them, and they're able to use the right hand and the left hand to kind of get in. And all right, to review, we've got the pinch where the right side of the harmonica is open. If you play a harmonica where the cover plates are closed, not the open cover plate design like this marine band, you're going to get a pretty good cup with that. And most players do play this way, by the way. When we want to really get that muted sound quality by grabbing all of the sound of the harmonica, the end cap works very well. Rod Piazza, I was noticing the other day, when he's playing, he tends to pinch there, and then when he wants to get really dark, he'll move that hand in. Then we've got the 2 thumbs up, where the thumb comes up, and you just bury your face in there. And your face goes up in here, and on the bottom, that's where your chin goes. I don't care for that one much myself because it feels like I'm really locked in. Another side note, the flat prayer works pretty well too. Just have your hands together, tilt a little bit, tilt your head a little bit so you're not putting too much strain. That works great when you're trying to get a hand tremolo that really sounds robust. If I just do a hand tremolo here and look at this camera on the right here, if I bring the hand all the way in and use my cheek to block those holes and my thumb comes over here, I'm now fully closing the leakage on the right side of my face. Big Walter Horton, Hobo Blues. It's a great example of the use of this, if we want to call it the flat prayer, moved over. And again, you're trying to capture all the sound. You can see with my hand, you can't see any harmonica. And right here, flesh to flesh again. So that's also a good option to do, especially if you're mostly an acoustic harmonica player.